welcome to another exciting episode of What's the Holdup? The only husband and wife podcast to be called What's the Holdup? I'm Zach.
And I'm Heather. And we're here today to talk about...
What's the Holdup? No, just
no, you failed. What's wrong with you?
The whole podcast is to be What's the Holdup?
And dick and fart
Say
jokes.
my name, bitch! And dick and fart jokes, yep. Yes, that is what we're
no
here
actual dick and fart jokes, just us saying dick and fart jokes. So, what's the holdup?
It's
Dick
our
and fart
own
jokes.
fucking ridiculous version of Who's on First. It's just, I'm like, what's the holdup? And you're like, dick and fart jokes. No, the holdup. Dick and fart jokes. No, the holdup. What is it? Dick and fart jokes.
We're just a tad insane. It's okay. All right.
Anyways, we are here to talk about Rudolph's Shiny Dingling. No, fuck! We're doing Home Alone 2!
You bastard!
Lost in Newport.
You wasted the good line on the wrong podcast.
No, did you hear what I said though? Home Alone 2 Lost in Newport.
Oh, no, that was terrible.
No, they're all going to be sexual. Rudolph's Shiny Dingling, Home Alone 2, Lost in Newport, It's a Wonderful Life with Dicks. And fucking July and Christmas and Rudolph and Frosty's orgy in July.
Okay, so as you can tell from the butchered titles that came out of my husband's mouth, that's who won the voting. So we're gonna be doing Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, It's a Wonderful Life, Rudolph's Shiny New Year, and Rudolph's Christmas in July.
Okay, can I just interject? The way you put the emphasis on shiny made it sound as if the one I said, that was the word I changed. Because you're like, we're going to be doing Rudolph's Shiny New Year as opposed to, Rudolph's Dull New Year. Just want to reiterate, that's Rudolph's Shiny New Year. And yes, I am making quotation marks in the air with my quote-unquote fingers.
Fingers are quoted? They're not real. They're just figments of our imagination, I guess. Anyway, so thanks for voting, guys. All three of you.
Yay!
Yay! Thank you so much. Shout out to Doug, Katie, and Nicole for actually voting. So kudos to you. So because of their voting, this is what you're stuck with. So obviously we are starting off with Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Yes. Which I'm excited to watch because it's the only movie on our list that features a cameo from our newly appointed president-elect, Donald J. Trump.
Zippity-doo-dah.
Zippity-doo-dah.
Who gives a fuck?
Merry fucking Christmas.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And I fucked it up. How's it go?
Where's the Tylenol?
And where's the Tylenol?
Yeah. I wish we could do that movie.
Yeah, but it would be impossible to do.
No.
Christmas. Yeah, for anybody wondering, why aren't you doing Christmas Vacation? Why aren't you doing Die Hard? Why aren't you doing Gremlins?
I would
Why
love
aren't you doing
to do
fucking
those movies.
Johnny fucking Christmas Times tree up his ass Holiday Spectacular? It's because we've watched all of these movies, except for that last one that I very badly made up.
100,000 times.
Like 100,000 times. We watch them every year. So we wanted to pick movies that we don't watch frequently.
Yep.
Or in some cases, for the first time on this podcast, there's a couple things in there that, well, I don't know about you, but I've never seen.
Really?
I have never seen It's a Wonderful Life.
I've never seen it all the way through.
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces. Yeah, so
yeah.
that'll be a fun one.
Yeah.
But right now, we're
But
here to
this
talk
one-
about Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Yeah. So basically, I remember...
On What's the Holdup?
just about nothing.
Oh, I remember a whole
I
bunch
remember
of this.
obviously that, they take a trip to New York and they leave him in New York. Da 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 da.
Hence the title.
But yeah, the only other things I really remember is there's a bird lady and
Played by
Brenda
Fricker, or whatever,
from
Fricka,
Angels
from
in the Outfield.
my friend Fricka.
Yeah.
From Angels in the Outfield.
And Tim Curry is in it.
Tim Curry is in it.
He's the guy at the hotel.
Yep.
And
I don't know if he's the concierge or
yeah,
whatever it is.
Yeah. And that the shit bandits come back. No, it's the wet bandits.
No, not in this one.
Oh, that's right.
It's the sticky finger bandits.
It's the sticky finger bandits. That's right. But that's what is
it? Harry and Marv?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Harry and Marv. That sounds right.
Okay.
But I don't remember anything else. Like nothing else from this movie.
All right. Well,
I've probably seen it twice ever.
Really? I saw it in the theater.
Well, I mean, I've seen Home Alone a ton of times. I've never watched the second one that as often as I've seen the first one. It just never happened.
I liked it.
I know I have seen it.
So Home Alone 2 starts with Kevin's family deciding that the same rowdy bunch from the first one, deciding that they are going to go spend Christmas in Hawaii. And Kevin, being the cantankerous little shit that he usually is all, Christmas without snow is not Christmas. Yeah, haven. And so they're all like, shut the fuck up, kid. It's fucking Hawaii. So, why would you not want to go there? Just shut up. So basically, they make a little joke about, oh my god, when they're doing the head count to get in the car, like, where's Kevin? And he's like, I'm right here, Mom. Oh, ha 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 ha, because that's how we forgot him the first time. They get to the airport, and what happens is he follows a guy that looks like his dad from behind and gets separated.
Oh, right, because they're running through the airport, right?
Yep,
and he thinks it's his dad, and
so it's not until they actually get on the plane and whatnot.
Yeah. So
the plane, and somehow he ends up like with his dad's credit card and wallet and whatnot. That way, that's how he's able to check into the hotel.
Yep.
He goes to what's the toy store? F.A.O. Schwartz.
Yep.
He goes there. He goes to the hotel that he stays in. He goes to Central Park and meets the bird lady. And then somehow, I forget what contrived reasoning there is, but somehow Harry and Marv end up in New York as well. They are after Kevin for whatever reason. And he sets up more traps, hits him in the head with paint cans. I remember that. A lot of the same jokes get recycled.
Yeah.
Hitting the people in the heads, him using recordings and stuff on TV to make it seem like, there's someone else in the room. Like at the hotel room, instead of, so it's not just him, because Tim Curry's out trying to prove that, it's just him by himself and that his dad's not really there and whatnot. So yeah, that's about it. I want to say probably the best thing to come out of Home Alone 2 is the Talk Boy.
Yeah.
There is, for anyone who doesn't know or isn't old enough to remember, there is a device that Kevin has in the movie. It's basically a cassette player. It's basically like a Walkman. Mm-hmm. Okay, portable cassette player, but it has a little microphone.
Yep.
On it. All right, cheap little microphone, and you can record directly to a blank tape, which he does. But you can also there's a built-in setting for fast and slow speeds to play back at, or you can. If I recall, because we had one. Me and my brothers had one, and we had so much fun with that thing, which I'll get to in a second. But so I believe you could also, if you set it to slow and then recorded it, and then played it in slow, it'd be super slow, or you could do that to make it super fast. Anyways, that...
Yeah, my brother had a Talk Boy.
That was one of those things, sort of like with the Ghostbusters Ecto Cooler, where the Talk Boy was being sold in stores way past Home Alone 2.
Oh, absolutely.
In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a good percentage of people who owned one that didn't even know it was in that movie. Mm-hmm. There was also a Talk Girl. There was a pink one for a little while. Yeah, me and my brothers would sit downstairs and just come up with these like fake newscasts and like fake commercials and stuff, and record them and fake what do you call that when you ask people questions? Interviews. And just record it and play it back and record and and have all kinds of fun with ourselves before the internet.
Yeah.
Back in the good old 90s.
Yay, 90s.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, this movie is from in the 90s, I believe. Let's see. All right, 1992. Once again, we're staying out of the 80s. But don't worry, we're going back in time with our next selections. All right, so do you remember anything else about the movie?
Nope.
Then I guess we'll go watch Home Alone 2 then.
Sounds good.
And we'll be back.
After these commercial messages.
After these commercial messages.
Of all the familiar sounds of Christmas, surely this one is the most beloved. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
My family's in Florida and I'm in New York.
Funnily enough, we never lose our luggage.
Once again, the family that loves staying together
Can I help you? Reservation for McAllister?
couldn't be further apart.
He's in New York.
This is a vacation.
Only two things could ruin this vacation, and they just hit town.
Hiya, pal.
Don't you know a kid always wins against two idiots?
Oops.
Did you guys give up? Have you had enough pain?
And we're back from watching an mentally unhinged 10-year-old violently torture two grown men.
Mentally challenged adults.
Wouldn't that make it worse?
Yeah. In a way.
Boy, I knew this movie. I remembered this movie being sort of violent, but not quite this violent. I was cringing more than I would at like a Saw movie.
Yeah, he was visibly and vocally
Right.
just like, oh, what? Ow!
Fucked up. Seeing someone get I know it's fake, obviously, but seeing someone get a brick to the face and they didn't cut away, it looked
Not
like he
just
got hit in
one
the
brick,
face.
though.
What, 4 bricks?
I want to say 4 bricks
Yeah.
to the face.
Jesus
4 bricks
Christ.
to the face.
Which probably would kill a
Staple
human
gun
being.
to the nuts.
Staple gun to the nuts.
A fall 1 floor down, face first, paint cans and stuff. Yeah, the list goes on. This kid, in like 10 minutes, set up the craziest nightmare.
He set up this like fucking Rube Goldberg like in hell like nightmarescape of pain.
But anyway, we're jumping ahead.
Yes.
So
Let's go back to
Home
the
Alone
beginning.
2, Lost in New York. So Kevin's family is a bunch of dicks. Again.
His brother Buzz is the biggest dick again.
Biggest dick of all. But nobody cares because they're all a bunch of dicks also. Except for poor Kevin.
Poor Kevin's the only one I feel bad for.
I know. This poor kid, like, just everything is his fault. Everything is blamed on him. And they blame him for his shitty attitude, which is their fault.
Yeah, pretty much.
He is absolutely entitled to the shitty attitude that he has. Because they do nothing but treat him like shit.
Yeah,
All the time.
pretty much.
All the time. Especially when the whole extended family is there. So the McAllisters are the mom, dad, and I think there's like 5 kids.
No, I never understood in those movies. How many of those kids are theirs?
A good chunk of them.
Okay.
A good
Did
amount
they say
of
in
them.
the first one? Because in this one they certainly didn't.
Well, they show a picture. They show a picture of the family.
Yeah.
And it's the mom and dad and Pete,
Right.
Buzz,
There's a sister, right?
McAllister, and there's like 2 sisters. So I want to say there's like 5 or 6 kids. And he's
Right.
the youngest.
Well, I know little Wendell Wets the Bed belongs
Is
to
Frank's.
the fucking the fucking shower singer.
Yeah.
Um.
Frank the dick face.
Yeah.
And all the rest of the kids are his kids. But most of those kids are Kevin's siblings.
Yeah.
So, huge family. And
He's the youngest. He said that to the bird lady.
yes, he is the youngest. Well, he's the youngest of his immediate family.
Yes.
Wendell wets the bed. is the youngest.
Well, because that was
in general.
Macaulay Culkin's real life younger brother, Kieran Culkin.
Yes.
How many are there? There's Macaulay, Kieran, and Rory. Rory
Yes.
Culkin, that's right.
Yes. So, poor kid gets humiliated, and then it's his fault that he gets humiliated and retaliates?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, he got humiliated in front of the whole, the Christmas pageant.
Like,
He
a
got humiliated in front
whole
of the
bunch
whole
of people.
congregation.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And his parents give not one fuck that he was the one humiliated.
His parents give so few fucks that they're like a 60s Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, basically.
They're just dumping out that box and watching all the fucks fall on the floor.
You feel so bad for this kid.
And they're watching nothing because there were no fucks in the box.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry. Well, they have to do that. They have to set it up again, so
but
it's like, oh, he's probably better on his own. Blah, blah,
But
blah.
wouldn't you learn from, last year?
Oh, you mean that other time that you left your fucking kid alone?
That you, totally fucked up? I would think that...
I would think
that
Child
would be-
Services would have stepped in by
Well,
now.
first of all, that.
Yeah.
But second of all, I would have thought that, me as a parent, I would still be trying to make up for the fact that I give so little fuck about you that I left you and didn't think about you.
And don't forget.
Did not think about you.
Don't forget.
Until I got on the plane.
And don't forget, we're not just...
Jesus Christ.
And don't forget, we're not just, guessing. She says last year.
Yeah.
So it's only
been 1 year. I would still
poor kid
be licking his hole in...
Holy shit, babe, what the fuck?
Kissing his ass.
Licking his hole? That's how you would make up for your... Oh, I'm sorry I left you home alone last year, son. Let me give you a rim job. You fucking... What the fuck is that?
Yeah, Mr. Honey, I the kids.
I bleeped that.
Yeah. Well, bleep it again. Because that happened.
Oh my god, I'm gonna bleep the so it's up his paint hole.
What I mean is kissing his ass so much that you're basically up his hole. I would still be pampering him and catering to his every whim, especially around Christmas time. So the fact that they are just not is just boggling to me.
Yes.
Especially around at Christmas time, I would have let him pick where the family was going.
Okay,
on vacation.
can we address that too? By the way, now neither of us grew up rich. Okay, so I don't know if this is just a thing that upper middle class people do, whatever. But who the fuck goes away on Christmas? I understand going away for
year.
Christmas vacation, but who goes away on Christmas?
We did
for
once.
actual Christmas. Really? That's right. You guys went to Disney, didn't you? I
Yeah,
you did
but
grow
we
up
were no. This was in my 20s.
Yeah.
We went to Disney for Christmas. So me and my brother were well grown up, and my parents decided that we would take a family vacation.
Well, okay.
For Christmas.
So all joking aside, that makes more sense because you guys are grown up.
Yeah.
But they still have little kids.
Right. No, I
It just seems
agree
fucked that
with
they're
you.
Oh, Christmas is coming. Let's go to Florida.
Let's go to Paris. Let's go to Florida.
What?
I would have stayed home this Christmas.
They went to Florida
just in
and
case.
they decided to stay at the place that Uncle Frank had his honeymoon or some shit?
I don't know if he had his honeymoon there, but he said something to the effect of oh, it looked nice on our honeymoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So instead of making sure that Kevin is on a leash and attached to somebody at all times, okay, they just let him run behind them.
Yeah, I love that. Okay,
and
so
he gets lost.
So let me just address. I know that we have to get to the. I know I'm sitting there. I'm the script writer, right? And I'm like, okay, somehow, I know no matter what I do, it's going to be contrived. Somehow, I got to get the kid alone again, right? I get that.
Yeah.
And I get that he pokes a little fun lampshading it by having the mother say, "Oh, I remember last year, a very similar thing happened where you wish we'd blah blah blah," whatever. But the unplugging of the fucking alarm clock again. There wasn't a better way for that?
I want to know how the dad makes so much money.
I know, right?
Because
I
he
want to
is
know.
dumb as rocks.
I want to know. Well, they all are. That's the whole point. Is
they
they're all
all
supposed to
are.
be dumb, so
They
that
are.
Kevin seems smart by comparison. But
He's the dumbest of them all.
well, explain to me.
He's like super
I don't
flaky.
understand how this conversation goes. Hun, do you know where the extra battery is for the camcorder? Oh, I left it in the charger. Okay, next shot is him bending down,
Unplugging the whole thing.
and unplugging shit out of the fucking outlet.
Other, like, yeah,
What?
yeah. Well, because they had to dumb him down even more.
But what
to
I'm
make
saying
the
is
movie happen.
that doesn't even make any sense.
I know, but he's
They
dumb
they
as rocks.
clearly wrote that in there. Like, what screenwriter was like, okay, so,
let's
father
make-
says to mother, like,
let's make
where's
Dad
the
even more stupid.
Where's the battery? Okay, it's in the charger. Oh, okay. Dad goes over, unplugs everything from wall outlet.
Yeah.
What? How does that even? How do you get from point A to point B there?
Dumb as rocks.
Like, No, I can't even. Never mind. That still doesn't make sense to me. I was gonna say, I guess I could see if he was gonna take the whole thing with him.
Yeah.
But still, no one I know just reaches down. Oh, need to unplug something? Let me reach down blindly and make sure specifically that I'm not looking at the outlet that I need to unplug something from, just in case, just so that I can possibly maybe unplug the wrong thing. Like, I mean, come on. Like, I know they had to get there, but I mean, look, they figured out. Okay, so the actual him getting left alone, right? Mm-hmm. At the airport works. He's following someone that looks like his dad, that hurrying. That was done without it being the exact same thing where they had the stupid head count mishap, right?
Yes.
So why did this have to be the same? They even we're late again. Like, why did it have to be the same fucking
funny.
thing about the?
To be amusing.
Supposed to be funny? I didn't find that funny.
I know. Well, it was funny the first time, so they were hoping that it would be funny the second time, which it's not.
I mean, I have children and I've been in a hurry. I've never... I don't know.
Just to have the moment of them jumping out of the bed and saying, "We did it again!
Oh my god!
Ah!" Guys, if what happened last year happened to me, first of all, I would just probably kill myself because I'm a terrible mother.
Also, with all those people in that house, I would also make sure someone other than just the parents set an alarm.
Well, yes, that is also true. I was gonna say, why didn't like Frank set an alarm?
Yeah.
Or
none of this movie works if it happens in the age of cell phones.
Right.
Like, the whole movie is gone.
The whole
like,
the
none of it
entire
works.
movie is just.
And you can say that for a lot of movies, but this one especially.
What was I saying? Oh, so
sorry.
what I was saying was, if this were me, I would just not even go on a trip the next year.
Yeah, you'd think so.
I would not do that.
Yeah.
Just in case.
But instead...
Or I would at the very least...
Bring your son along?
Yes. No, I would make one of the other kids... I would make Buzz, being the oldest, I would make him be in charge of getting Kevin on the plane. Like, make him his buddy, hold hands, going through the fucking airport.
I would have gone with Pete just because Buzz is an antagonist to Buzz.
Somebody,
to Kevin.
one of the girls, anybody.
Yep. Yes.
Anybody.
Absolutely, I would have had him. Like,
one of them.
Yeah.
One
absolutely.
of them.
Absolutely, I agree.
As the mom, I would have just made it me.
Agreed.
I would have
100%.
held his fucking hand as tightly as humanly possible.
Agreed.
I would have broke his little fingers.
Agreed.
Holding his hand, dragging him through the airport, just to make sure that he got on the plane.
Yeah. Just so they don't have to go through that shit again.
Again! But, once again, proof
There'd
that
be no movie.
the McAllisters are the most irresponsible pieces of shit like the world has ever seen. You know what this movie is? This movie is like a PSA on how not to parent.
Yeah, but the parents never, other than the little bit of fear that they have, like, oh no, what if we don't find our kid again? They never face any consequences.
No,
for
no
their
consequences.
Negligence.
Or if they do, we never hear about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I take that back. At the end of this one, there is a less than $1,000 room service bill, which, again, I'm not saying that they're beyond mega rich, but
Yeah.
they had enough money to fly everybody to fucking Florida, and they left the kid behind, but the father's mad at him for running up.
Yeah, let's be mad at
I'd
your
be
kid.
Fuck you.
Yeah, a big fuck you
Dad?
goes to Peter McAllister
Yeah.
for getting mad about that.
Oh my god, is that his name?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I didn't even realize that.
Yes.
Movie. I just want to keep calling the mother fucking Lydia. And no, and before you say anything, obviously I know that in Beetlejuice, Catherine O'Hara does not play Lydia,
No,
obviously.
it's not.
And yet somehow my brain keeps wanting to just call her Lydia. No idea why.
Isn't it Delia?
Yeah. No. Oh no. Trust me. This is not me like doing my usual where I'm like, nope. Just my brain just keeps wanting to call her Lydia for some reason.
It's Delia Dietz.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. Oh yeah. No, I know that.
No,
It's just every time I try to think of her name in this movie, I'm like fucking Lydia. And I'm like, no, don't say that because you're gonna sound stupid.
It's cool.
It's cool.
So then he follows the wrong dad.
The wrong dad. How do we know that guy's even a dad?
Might be. You never know.
Could be.
Follows the wrong dude.
He's like, my child is at home safe with my wife.
Yeah. And manages to get on the wrong plane because of running into the airport lady with all the boarding passes. It's just, this is impossible to actually
that part,
happen.
the screwball comedy part, that's fine because
that's fine.
That at least, how do I put this? I mean, I'm no like film scholar as much as I wish that I was. I don't know the right way to articulate this exactly, but that stuff, although corny, was fine. Like the run into her with the boarding passes, so they all fall and like, oh, you sure one of these is yours? Fine, get on the plane. And then the fact that the guy he sits next to, only speaks French, so that, he puts on his headphones so he doesn't hear them say we're going to New York. That stuff, as cliched and corny as it is, was fine for me because the premise of the movie, they gotta get him there somehow.
No, that's fine.
It's just, it's the shit like the fucking the alarm clock thing being the exact same. Yeah. That just feels lazy to me.
Yeah. Well,
the other stuff, as contrived as it is, it has to happen or the movie doesn't happen. So I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's just, it's like, oh, okay, another coincidence, that's fine. But when you tell me that I'm going to be completely honest, the first 15 minutes of the movie, we'll say, I couldn't remember.
Wah, wah. Sorry, guys. We, fucked that up.
We didn't fuck anything up.
No, we didn't. No, technical difficulties, though.
Yeah, sorry, we're having technical difficulties.
Here's what we had, just like speaking right now. So we lost half of
the podcast.
The fucking shit we were talking about.
Junk, garbage audio.
It kept going.
So,
like the dead zone of a cell phone network. So, we're just gonna go on from here.
Yeah. So we're just gonna try to recapture a little bit of the magic that we had.
Try.
I don't think we should try.
Maybe we'll create some new magic.
Ooh, love me some new magic.
New magic.
New
sexy
magic.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
Ooh, new.
Anyway.
Got a new magic.
Okay, so we were talking about how the McAllisters suck, and
new magic. It's new. Okay, sorry, go on.
I'm just gonna kill myself. Anyway, I'm just kidding. I love you.
Love you too.
So what we were talking about was the McAllisters and how terrible of parents they were.
Yeah. Well, where the audio started to go bad, I started to say that for like the first 15 minutes of this movie, I couldn't tell if I was watching Home Alone 1 or 2.
Oh, yeah.
Now, let me clarify that. I know I was watching Home Alone 2, but it felt like things were happening that I'm like, oh, didn't that happen in the first movie?
Yes.
Very, very unoriginal.
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole concept wasn't very super original.
Well, okay, good point.
So yeah, but, no, it was a complete rehash.
Yeah,
And just in a different setting.
As a lot of comedy
Oh, of course.
sequels are. Because unlike other movies, we'll say like Star Wars, for instance, right? You have this really well-crafted world, and you just want to play around in that world more.
Yeah.
You know, a comedy is sold on the basis of how good its jokes are. And so if you're just sold on the jokes, it's like, well, there wasn't a lot of character building done. We have to do the same jokes again so that people don't...
Yeah.
They're not dissatisfied. Like, well,
Right.
you know...
So they see something familiar.
Yeah, like, well, I came to see a fucking blonde kid hit people in the head with paint cans. And instead I got a blonde kid reciting Richard III in the bathtub. I want my money back. Meh.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Alright, so kid...
So he gets to New York.
Yeah.
Gets to the big
realizes
apple.
he's on New York, and he's like, ooh, what can I go do? I've got my dad's sack of money.
Yeah, he literally has a burlap sack with dollar signs printed on it.
No, but
He looks like he looks like he ran into one of the Beagle Boys
right
from DuckTales. He's like, "Oh, can I have that sack of money?"
So yeah, he takes his dad's sack of gold and travels.
Excuse me, sir. Might I rent a room with some of these penny farthings?
Oh my god.
What? 3 crowns for a room? That's outrageous. I won't pay it.
Oh my god. So then he goes and he decides that he's gonna stay at the Plaza Hotel because why does he stay at the Plaza Hotel?
Because he heard about it on Ding Dang Dong.
Ding dang dong, folks.
Ding
Ding
Dang Dong.
dang dong.
John Hughes, the man behind The Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles, I could go on, could not come up with a better fake fucking game show
Then Ding
Dang Dong.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Ding dang dong. That's
So Kevin is, of course, watching Ding Dang Dong, and he's like, oh, I'm going to record this with my talk boy, because it might come in handy later.
So he goes to the Plaza Hotel, manages to fake his way into getting a room.
By basically becoming Jigsaw from Saw. He records into the talk boy like, oh, hi, this is Peter McAllister. I'm in a business meeting. Can you give my son permission to get the room? Can you just run the credit card? And plays it on slow so that the woman hears like, hello, this is Peter McAllister. I would like a room, please. You know, and to her it's like, oh, this sounds legitimate.
Yeah.
Maybe this man just sounds like a serial killer. Okay.
Yeah. He only sounds like a serial killer. He might not actually be.
Like, I was just expecting Kevin to be like, I would like to play a game. Could you send up checkers or Monopoly? Because he's little. So.
Right, yeah.
Jokes. Kids like games. Jinx. But anyways, so he does that, gets in, and then for whatever reason, Rocky Hard, Frankenfurt, Tim Curry decides, oh, there's a boy that is causing me no grief whatsoever.
Yeah, none whatsoever.
I think I'm going to be suspicious of him and give him a hard time.
He literally just orders room service of like an ice cream bar and 3 cakes and cupcakes and
they're getting the fucking money. So what do they care?
Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? What does he care?
What does he get out of his? Aha! I caught you.
He's not being disrespectful.
No.
He's absolutely respectful. He didn't trash the fucking room.
No.
Okay.
No.
Like the room is fine.
Yep.
He's just ordering room service and watching TV. That's
right.
all he's doing. And then the next day, he gets a limo and goes to a toy store, as kids do. And he's suspicious of that. I don't understand that.
I don't know.
I don't understand what the motivation behind Tim Curry and his merry band of fuckwits
Including Rob Schneider.
Yeah, baby-faced Rob Schneider. Jesus Christ.
Babyface.
With the fucking gum.
Oh, man.
So great.
He sucked back then.
Yeah. Yeah. It's accurate. So I don't understand what, like, their beef was.
I don't know, just to move the plot along.
Yeah, I guess. I mean...
They're like, well, in Act 3, he needs to not be in the hotel.
Right.
How can we get him out of the hotel?
These people were the dumbest, most bumbling fools. Especially because, like... we'll talk about that later on. About, like, when the parents come to the hotel. No, you know what? I'm just going to talk about it now. So the parents... come to the hotel because they finally find out...
Spoilers, the parents get the kid back at some point.
Yeah, spoilers.
He doesn't end up dead in a ditch.
Right. Yeah, no, he doesn't...
Which would have been the more realistic version.
In the park forever. Yeah. No, so the parents end up at the hotel looking for the kid because the credit card was flagged as being used last there. So they arrive and they talk to this fucking moron people and... they're like, oh yeah, he was here. And they're like, well, where is he now? Well, we scared him off. And like, the mom's just like, if I were her, I just would have been like, and why did you scare him off? What? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
If you expected that he was all alone, the logical thing would have been to keep him there.
Let him go to his fucking room and eat his fucking ice cream.
Christ,
oh my god!
Yeah, well, you know.
Like, holy crap! But instead, they chased him. They scared him. They
chased him right into the arms of the Sticky Finger Bandits.
The
Sticky Bandits.
The wet and sticky bandits. Gross. To another bunch of morons. You know what I just realized about this movie? Every adult in it is a fucking piece of shit. Is a moronic piece of shit. Except for the bird lady.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point, we're supposed to think that Kevin is smart and the adults are stupid.
But they are, like, way stupid.
Yeah.
Like, sadly, just... mentally challenged.
Yeah.
All of them.
But if you think about it, that's in a lot of kids' movies.
Yeah, that's true.
Where the kids are supposed to be...
That's very true.
You know, get one over on the adults. All the adults are painted as fucking morons.
So, but before he gets chased out of the hotel, he goes on a limo ride and goes to basically what is FAO Schwartz. It's called Duncan's Toy Chest.
Yes.
Where he meets the ghost of Mr. Duncan.
The ghost of Mr. Duncan. So, one thing that got lost with the garbage audio was we had this whole spiel about what if... okay, so what happens is he goes to buy his stuff, and the guy ringing him up happens to be the guy that runs the store.
But he doesn't know that.
And he doesn't know that.
So he's talking to Kevin, and, talking to him like an adult, because Kevin is talking back to him like an adult, basically.
Yeah, and basically he's like... he goes over this whole... He basically sets up the whole third act where he's like, Mr. Duncan gives all the money that he gets on Christmas Eve to the children's hospital the next day. Basically, Kevin goes up and he's like, can I buy this bubble gum? And the guy's like, sure. Did you know with that, every purchase you get a free 10 minutes of exposition?
Yeah, basically. No, he was just telling him, like, hey, with your purchase, just so you know, every dollar goes to the children's hospital tomorrow.
Fuck the kids.
Yeah, I know.
But anyways.
Fuck the cancer kids, right?
Yeah! If they were so smart, why did they have cancer?
You're awful. You're a bad person.
I know. I'm sorry.
I love you anyway.
But anyways, yeah. So he sets that up, and
yeah, and then the turtle doves. Turtle doves are for friendship.
Turtle doves are for friendship.
He tells Kevin that because father's money.
Oh, that was the fucking ridiculous. So Kevin has already spent multiple hundreds of dollars.
Oh yeah.
At the plaza. Thank you. At the hotel. He spent
Yep.
multiple hundreds of dollars at the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure.
He goes into this toy store.
Rents a limo,
spends,
so he's
rents
already...
a limo. Yep. Goes into the toy store, buys whatever he wants there, regardless of price.
Which he didn't actually buy that much.
True, but my
bought,
point
like,
though
one
is,
thing.
but he took out a wad of cash though, to pay for it with Mr. Duncan.
Yeah.
And then he hears, oh, all the money taken on Christmas Eve goes to the sick children. Oh, well, I'm not supposed to spend this out of, like, another fucking envelope. He takes out a ratty $20 bill. Oh, I'm not supposed to spend this. It's the money that I earn, shoveling driveways, but my mom has, like, there's a jar of change at home that I'll just pay my mom back with. Here, you take it to give to the sick
Yeah,
kids.
you
It's
give
like,
it to the sick kids.
asshole! You have a fucking wad of money that you have no qualms about spending on yourself. But when it comes to money for sick, dying children, you have to make a big fucking production about it. Oh, well, I'm not supposed to spend this money, but if it's going to a
he
good
wants to make
cause,
himself feel good. And you know what? He ended up with something in return anyway. Besides the good feeling of giving to the sick children. He ends up with these ornaments of 2 turtle doves.
Yeah, and I ended up with a fucking brain aneurysm trying to watch this movie and figure it out.
What did he say? What did
No, the turtle dove thing, he's
I
it's
thought
for
turtle
friendship,
doves.
and he's
Yeah.
he's like, you give one to someone that you care about, and
No. But
then
he's
you each have one, and then and then Kevin, I'm getting to the part you're talking about.
Right.
Kevin's
Yeah.
like, oh, and I thought it was just a part in a song. Mrs. Duncan's like, yeah, it is. After that whole fucking spiel that he gave him.
End scene. No,
Yeah.
it wasn't end scene.
No,
but then he turns around and he's walking out and he sees the painting of Mr. Duncan. And then he turns around and Mr. Duncan's already gone.
So what we were thinking would be
it's like-
funny is if he goes in like the next day and like the guy at the counter, he's like, oh, hey, is Mr. Duncan here? The guy at the counter's like, Mr. Duncan's been dead for like 10 years. And it's
Mr. Duncan's been dead
it's
for
like
20
it's
years.
like a replay of that scene in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah,
like
Marge.
he gives him the turtle doves and he's like, tell him Chunky Dunc sent you. He goes the next day, the kid's like, it's on a day just like this.
Oh my god.
Mr. Duncan was up on the step ladder.
Stab ladder.
He's up on the
stab ladder.
Oh man, the staff ladder. The staff ladder.
Yeah, the stab ladder.
The step infection.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect.
Anyways,
So yeah, Chunky Dunc.
Chunky
Dunc
Tell him
is-
Chunky Dunc sent you. I love it, Chunky Dunc.
Chunky Dunc.
Oh man, you know what? That just makes me, for some reason, even though I haven't eaten one in 20 years, makes me want a Dunkaroos.
Ah,
Wait,
Dunkaroos.
A Dunkaroos? No, some Dunkaroos, I guess.
Yeah, some Dunkaroos.
A package of Dunkaroos.
You know, you can just make your own Dunkaroos, right?
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
You can.
Bullshit.
You just take fucking like frosting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a container of frosting,
Yep.
and you get like cookies, and you just dunk them.
Will they be shaped like,
Like dicks? Yes.
No, fuck you! No, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was a kangaroo. Like,
Yes.
dicks. What dick-shaped cookies are you eating?
Oh, all the time.
Oh, you
Someday I'm gonna get like a little dick cookie cutter. And I'm gonna make cookies in the shape of dicks
Now,
and put them in a bag and hand them to you and say, "Here you go, just so you can eat a bag of dicks."
Oh,
This is the thing that's happening.
These dicks are oatmeal raisin. I'm not eating these.
Oh, picky
Um,
about your dicks, huh?
I am very picky about what dicks go in my mouth. But on the flip side of that, somewhere there's a guy with a cookie-shaped dick
Nice.
instead of dick-shaped cookies.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
It's all
right?
flat and round.
Jesus Christ. This podcast is going off the rails. I can't.
We're doomed.
I can't do it. It's too much. Oh my god. Just go on without me. I give up. I'm gonna
there should
die.
be cookies called Chunky Dunks.
Chunky Dunks dick-shaped cookies. For people with cookie-shaped dicks.
Yes. This is the thing.
Carbons.
Yes.
Off Route 109.
Oh. Anyway.
After that,
after he goes to Chunky Dunc,
dumbest crooks in the world see him.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ! I just have to wonder. I mean, Joe Pesci is a fucking amazing actor. How did he decide that he was going to be in this piece of shit movie?
Because he had nothing left to live for, apparently. Like, he just...
No, it's probably because the other movie, the first one, made $1 bazillion, and he's like, I want some...
I don't give a fuck.
He's like, I want some more of that Home Alone money. I'll be funny like a clown.
Yeah.
No matter what you want.
Like, funny, haha, laugh. No, so...
I wish that the Joe Pesci from Goodfellas was really in this, though. Right. You fucking piece of shit! I'll fucking come up there and rip your fucking head off!
Yeah, basically.
Daniel Stern's just like... he goes into internal monologue and he's like, it was at that moment that I knew things would never be the same again. Sorry, that's a Wonder Years joke, and if you're all out there too young to understand it, I apologize.
So...
What would you do if you're stuck in New York?
Oh my God. I just want to know how...
Chunky Dunc sent you away.
I just want to know how these fucking morons got out of jail. Like,
why are we analyzing a horrible movie?
Because that's like the whole point of this podcast.
Like it's real.
Okay, that's what we do here.
I don't know how they... I know. How did these fucking idiots get out of jail?
How did they escape jail?
Didn't I talk about this last time, too? There was obviously, like, some really competent person that was with them, and their incompetence when they got out, like, ended up getting him killed.
Yes. That's basically probably it.
Like, basically someone who would have been the star in his own movie, and they would have been the bumbling sidekick, got them out of jail, and then he accidentally, like, slipped on a banana peel and, like, died or some shit.
They're like, peace out.
Oh, man.
And now they're the Sticky Bandits.
The Sticky Bandits. Oh, he just puts tape around his hand and starts, like...
Which would stop being sticky after, like, 5 minutes.
Yes. I have to admit, though, one of the more clever sight gags in the movie, I did like the visual gag of him, while he's talking, just, like, people, like, skating by, he, like, grabs someone's scarf, he grabs someone's other thing.
Yeah. That was pretty funny. I enjoyed him sticking his hand in the Salvation Army bucket.
Yes, that was kind of funny.
And coming out with change.
Yeah.
And Joe Pesci's just like, what are we just gonna rob fucking pocket change? He's like, man. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and that was their brilliant plan. They're like, we need money fast.
Oh, my God.
So we can't rob a bank, and we can't fence any goods because we don't have time. So we need fast cash. So we need to go to a place like a toy store that has a bunch of money that they take in on Christmas Eve, but that they don't deposit until the next day. Okay, so...
Which, surprise, guys, it's Dunkin's.
You know where you can get quick cash? By robbing a fucking bank. Yeah. The first thing he says is, no banks. Why? Why? You're still going to get in trouble like you are robbing this place, okay? And they're not supposed to even stop you or anything. You know, I bet they could get in and get out with the money. Yeah. Especially if they knew what bank and when to... That just seems ridiculous to me. So instead, they hide in these little like tiny playhouses all day, somehow resisting the urge to eat, pee, or... No, you know what? I'll tell you right now why this fucking plan doesn't work, because there's no way they're in there more than an hour before... Which one is Daniel Stern?
Marv.
Before Marv starts going, Harry! Do you think the store's closed yet? Marv, we've been in here for 20 minutes. Oh, is it closed now? No, just shut up.
I'm
hungry, Harry.
I have to pee.
I'm bored. I have to pee. Yeah. There's no fucking way.
I know. It's insane.
And yet somehow
it happened.
Stores closed. They jump out of their little houses.
Yeah.
Which, and here's the other thing. Here's the other thing that we didn't address. How did they get... These houses are right there on the display floor, okay? They're not like in a stock room, all right? Mm-hmm. They're little toy houses. So, how did they get into them?
Yeah.
Without anybody seeing, like... The minute two grown men start to climb into these little toy houses,
Yeah.
Isn't somebody like, hey, what you doing, guys?
Yeah, seriously.
You know, or someone's like, hey, do we ever see those guys leave those houses? Oh, I don't know. Let's just go open the top and check.
Yeah,
you know,
I think they're
I don't know.
counting on the fact that it is so busy in there because it is Christmas Eve.
I still think they'd see people climb. Yeah, well.
Oh, I'm sure they would.
But anyways. After Kevin left the hotel, he ends up at, like, his uncle's abandoned... That was weird. I don't know. He has an address book with contacts in there, and one is his dad's brother. He goes there, and apparently his dad's brother was living in this hovel that's, like, basically condemned now. And it basically serves just so that Kevin has a place in New York City to set up traps and whatnot. And then, of course, because...
Set up his death roulette.
Yeah, death roulette, yeah. And then, of course...
Death gauntlet.
Because, yeah. I like that as death gauntlet. And then because, of course... Even though these guys are like, oh, we need money. Oh, but there's that kid that we're angry at. Let's just fucking forget about the money and go after him and risk our whole thing being blown. I don't understand that. I get that they're mad at the kid. But they could have tried to get him another time. Mm-hmm. I mean, for Christ's sakes, they're out now. They know where the fucking kid lives.
Yep.
That's what they should have done. Mm-hmm. Take the money, lay low for a while. Where do Kevin and his family live? They live in, like, Chicago, right? Probably because everyone in every fucking John Hughes movie lives in Chicago.
So, yeah.
All right. So they live in Chicago. So they don't live in New York, I guess is my point. Or near New York is my point. So these wet bandits weren't like fucking Charles Manson crime of the century guys, right?
Yeah.
So they escaped. That's in a New York paper or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I doubt it's going to make its way. I doubt it's going to be national news, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And so Kevin gets home and he's like, oh, the wet bandits are out. I saw them. And everyone's like, sure you did, Kevin. Glug, glug, glug. Drink another one. And then they get to come and no one believes him. And, after he's been like the boy who cries bandits. And they can just go and,
The boy who cries bandits to no one.
Yeah.
Because he never calls the cops.
That too, yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, he probably wouldn't even tell anyone. Anyways, I'm just saying they should have gotten their revenge later on.
Yeah.
But no.
Because they're too stupid.
Somewhere in there's a fucking bird lady too, but honestly, it's just, she's the old man from the fucking first movie.
Yeah.
Except instead of being an old man who hasn't talked to his son, she's an old bird bag lady that stopped talking to her husband and like I'd love to see he goes there a week later and is like, oh no, that old lady died of exposure from the elements from sleeping outside.
Yeah, from sleep. I don't think she would die. The birds would keep her warm.
I have a feeling that birds are like cats, where like they appear to be loyal enough as long as you feed them while you're alive, but the minute you die or get sick, they're just like, oh, fuck this, free food. Like, that's what I see happening.
I guess.
Is them just like, she slips into a coma and the birds just start eating her alive, And then, because it's that classic New York thing of, like, people just minding their own business, mommy, those birds are eating that lady. Yep, they sure are, sweetie. Let's go. We're late for the ballet.
Yeah. So, yeah. Mom finally finds him in New York after he's thwarted the robbery of Chunky Dunc's. And sends Chunky Dunc a note on a brick.
Oh, yeah. Sorry I had to break your window.
Sorry, hope you have insurance.
Yeah.
Love, Kevin McAllister. Jesus Christ.
And then I love that, when they go back to when the parents are staying in New York, they wake up the next morning and there's all these presents because apparently old Chunky Dunc decided like, oh, I was going to give all this money to those sick kids, but you know what? Right. I'm actually going to use it to buy all this family that doesn't need it, all these presents because this kid did this one nice thing for me. Yeah. Sure, he broke my fucking window, but whatever. He also practically killed 2 grown men just to save this money.
Yes. You practically killed 2 grown men to give money to cancer kids.
Maybe that's what it was. He was like, I don't want to fuck with this kid. Right? Maybe I should give him these presents or he'll throw bricks at me.
Did this brick hit one of the robbers in the head?
How the fuck did you discipline a kid like that? Because I can imagine that it's like you ground him after he gets an F and then you come home from work and you open the door and like you just get hit in the head with a paint can.
Fucking A.
You go to take a piss and like the whole toilet like catches on fire. Yeah.
Parental abuse.
Oh my god.
Is that a thing? Is there such a thing as that?
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's not what I mean. What I mean is like
kids abusing their parents. Yeah, no, that's a thing.
Yeah, no, I know that's a thing. What is it called? Parental abuse? Yeah, it is called parental abuse.
Yeah.
All right.
Not spousal abuse.
No, I know. I didn't know if it was called something else. I don't know what else it would be called, but you know. I was trying to be educated and shit, okay? I wanted to know. So now I know.
The more you know.
And you know what knowing is?
Knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe! Alright, on that note.
Okay, yeah. So what do you think? Does Home Alone 2 Lost in New York hold up? No.
No, it can't. It can't hold up.
No, it really can't.
No, because like if that were made today, it wouldn't be made today because we have cell phones and we have the internet. It wouldn't happen. Like as soon as Kevin got lost, he would just call his mom on the cell phone. No, it doesn't hold up. Not at all.
Nope.
Fun of a romp as it is.
It's a no for me as well.
Yeah, no.
I'd have to say
Home Alone 2 does not hold up, guys.
And I'm sorry, I just can't get over the fucking dad unplugging the alarm clock. Like a piece of shit douchebag that he is. Just fucking... Nobody does that! Nobody doesn't look when they're unplugging things!
Peter McAllister does.
Oh, Peter McAllister can suck a duck. So, that's it. And make sure to join us next week when we'll be... Join us next week when we go over our other entry. Yeah. Join us next week when we watch our Can you just do the fucking thing?
Please, thank you. So join us next week when we go forward into July for Christmas in July with Rudolph and Frosty. Yay! For our Ho 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 Holiday Spectacular. Yay! Woo!
I thought you said it was what's the ho ho hold up.
Yeah, okay. What's the ho ho hold up Holiday Spectacular?
Woo! Sure to be a fun time. Yes. Is had by all. Will be had by all. Everyone will have a fun. Everybody Wang Chung tonight. Goodbye. Fucking A.
Hiya, pal.
Deck the halls with Marv and Harry.
Yes!
Make their Christmas not so merry. Give them bricks and give them riches. One more Christmas in the trenches. Toss some paint cans down to greet them. Send the toolbox down to meet them. Serve the nails for Christmas dinner. Kevin is declared the winner.
May I do the thinking, please?